Coming to you from the World Series of Poker this week on Wise Kracks. What's up, Bill Krackenberger? I'm in the thick of it.
Hey,
I'm in the thick of it.
Yeah, no, we were supposed to film yesterday, and you're fooling around these tournaments. And today you're doing it again, and the people at home don't know. So the other day, someone sent me something. I wish we could put it on I wish we can actually put it on I wasn't prepared to put it on. I mean, I'll just verbally. So this was the other day. Someone sent me this and said, "Hey, is that the John Orlando that you're partners with?" And this says John Orlando here, if you could see, number one in chips after day one of the Millionaire Maker or something?
The Millionaire Maker, yeah, I was.
And I'll be honest with you, I don't. Let me see. It's a Millionaire Maker tournament, so that was. I'm trying to just get the people in here. Yeah, I think you set the record. Mathematically impossible to do what you do. Number one in chips. You had 300 people to go. The next day, you were like
and didn't cash
10 times bleeding with chips after the first day. Healthy chip stack, and now you share the record set by the Kosciuszko twins, Manny and Sherm, that also had this record, and you have tied the record. They did the same thing with the same situation years ago. How can you not cash?
It's disgusting. It's heartbreaking. These tournaments are absolutely brutal. Let me tell you about my day two of Millionaire Maker. I took 5 hands in 4 hours. They cashed 30 minutes after I got eliminated. The 5 hands I took: ace king, pocket tens, pocket fours was the last hand I played, and I was short stacked at that point, like ridiculous. And on the pocket fours hand, I lost to 5-6 offsuit. It's almost impossible.
I understand the math behind that.
Why is anyone calling me with 5-6?
Because it's the World Series of Poker, and you have value in those tournaments because of guys like that. But that particular tournament is a Millionaire Maker, $1,000 million. I mean, tons of entries, which makes the first prize, I guess, over $1 million. But I have to know, why even stick around for these $500 and $600 tournaments when they're taking 16, 17, 18% out of these tournaments? Mathematically, do you know how hard it is? The top 3 people, you get to the final table and you get busted out, you're frustrated. Because only the top 3 guys seems like they're really making money in these tournaments. The World Series is making like 50 entries. They take 50 entries off the top of some of these tournaments, maybe even more. I mean, I just don't see the value in these type of tournaments. I know there's value in the main event. I understand. But some of these tournaments, boy, with this rake, they have doubled since Benny Binion ran the World Series of Poker downtown. He is probably flipping in his grave. I mean, it's unbelievable. What's the purpose of playing it? Or you just want to have some fun? They're lower level, and you could say you're at the World Series. I'm not just saying you. I'm saying lots of people, they have visions of grandeur and these. Go ahead.
I'll tell you the answer. I'm going to tell you the answer. I'm going to walk back into the tournament room here.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you the answer.
They're gonna throw you out of there.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I mean,
hold on.
literally,
see, look, all this is empty right now. They're getting ready. This is going to be a $2,500 no limit event that starts at noon.
Yeah.
But here's my field of guys. Here, let me use the front facing camera. It looks better, right?
Now, what do you mean? This is your field of guys. How many's in there in this? This is this tournament today.
2,300 so far.
Wow.
Okay. Here they are.
Right.
And this is just one room. This isn't everyone. They're also in another ballroom. But to answer your question, Bill, because we're all degenerates.
No! Listen, John. Let me tell you, when the comments come in on our podcast on YouTube, I love that people don't get too upset at me. I said, listen, John talks about this stuff. They stick up for you and say, you're rough on John and stuff. I mean, look what John just said. I mean, at least you know it. I mean, I got to tell you something. I was a degenerate for years with things. I played negative EV games and played stupid games when I was younger too. John, John, you can play the seniors here. By the way, seniors is probably great value for guys like me and you over 50.
Yeah,
I would think they'd be great value for 50 and older, but. Because you're not playing against these internet kids or the younger kids.
Yeah.
But so I guess you're having fun.
But let me answer your question. Let me answer the question. Also, the real answer. I'm not going to say his name. I told you who it was in the text last night, and people that know me could probably figure it out. But I'm not going to say his name because I don't want people in case people start blowing them up saying, well, do that for me, do it for me. But I have someone that sponsored all my buy-ins to a certain dollar amount for this series.
So he must have
the
gave you a
main
bunch
event.
of money, not just the little ones. He would gave you a bunch of money for different tournaments.
Right, correct.
Did he put you in the main? Did he put you in the main event or no?
Yeah, I'll be in the main. Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
The world's coming to an end.
I'm going to final table that one, Bill.
Well, listen, not final table.
See, Bill.
First, work on getting into the money because that's where you really should start playing. You know, grind away, get into the money.
Yeah.
Get the guy's money back, and that's funny.
Bill, let me tell you. Let me tell you how I went out last night in yesterday's $600 event. I get pocket kings.
Okay.
Yes. Listen to this. I get pocket kings. I flop a set of kings. I turn the second nut flush draw, and I lose to a rivered straight. Come on, that's disgusting. No.
Yeah. No, it sounds bad.
You don't care.
No, I charge for bad news stories, but you're my co-host. You're free. What did today? You just sent me a text today. It sounds like you're again way up in the money.
Yes.
Wow. This is.
But it's early. It's early. Early.
But you're right now.
You may have to come to grips. You may have to come to grips with the fact that I'm actually good at this game. I don't think you realize it.
I'm stuttering.
Don't say it.
No, I just want to know. So, listen, John, you're fourth in chips right now with 2,500 people.
But it's early.
Get to the money.
Early.
I don't care. Get to the money. Yeah.
This is a 3-day. This is a 3-day event.
Oh wow! It's 3 days.
Yeah. Look,
how about the 99-year-old veteran that's there? That was so cool.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Listen, I'm all about veterans and guys that fought for this country and stuff, and patriotic. Oh God, these guys to see this kind of. You're in a veterans event. Is it called veterans event? Is that what it's called?
It's called Salute to Warriors.
Salute to Warriors. Okay, so is that
Bill? I don't know if you believe in this kind of stuff,
right?
But listen, I live with the pint-sized warrior. My dad has raised millions of dollars for veterans' causes.
Oh, tons. I know that.
This is my event to win, Bill Krackenberger.
Wow,
this one's mine.
Great.
It makes sense.
That would be great.
It makes sense.
That would be great. No,
Look,
that would be great. I'm rooting for
that's the King's Lounge. Remember a couple of years ago, I did the show from the King's Lounge. Yeah. Shout out to the King's Lounge.
I'm rooting for you as much as your backer. I'll just tell you that.
Thank you.
Cool.
All right, I'm going to jump back in.
Jump out. Go back in your tournament. Right. We'll talk to you later. I'll finish the show.
Have a good show.
All right, thanks for coming on.
Thanks.
Now, I have a guy that's, if you guys are Elvis fans out there, you guys and girls, I'm a big Elvis fan. I became a big Elvis fan going to Graceland. Wasn't a real fan. I took my dad to Graceland. Thank God I got to do that. My parents worked so hard, never really traveled. My mother wasn't on a plane until she was like in her 40s. But so when I started making a few bucks in the 90s, I made sure I took care of my parents. And I took them to Graceland. And boy, did we have a great time. I did it for my dad, but I did it for me. I became a giant Elvis fan after that day, going through his house. I had no idea he was buried in the backyard. It really, really, and now I'm all about Elvis. He's such a giving, good, great guy. He was so giving and, oh, God, he took care of everybody. He died with his estate worth less than $2 million. And literally, it's made hundreds of millions, if not a billion since then. Probably made, I would say in the billions, actually, since then. All the merchandise and people visiting and different things. And, his daughter had the problem she had. She's buried in the backyard with him also, Lisa Marie. And it just really, really special. So I have one of his guys here that was his valet, a friend of mine. I'm not going to say his name yet, but he was his valet for years. And great Elvis stories. And I'm going to bring him on the show. I asked him the other day. He looks great. He's in his 80s, but he looks fantastic. So he's going to come on. I want to talk about some things in town that I noticed. There's a free promotion. I'm going to tell everyone that if you're coming in town before the end of June, there's a great promotion. And it's even for locals too. Like my wife doesn't gamble, so I had her sign up for a card with me one day. They give you $150 free over at Tuscany on Flamingo, right around the corner from Ellis Island. Tuscany. It's been going on for a while. They have redone the promotion a couple times. You could just grab the $100. Well, actually, it's grab $50. You can grab $100 though. They give you $50 the first day, so right away they give you put your card in. They have what's called Airport Deuces. It's a almost 99% game. You could just play 10 hands of dollar Airport Deuces. By the way, it's on the dollar level. On the 50 cent and quarter level, the game reduces to a worse payout game. So they have that game there. Just play 10 hands, run the money through, pick up $40, and hope to get lucky and hit 4 deuces or even a miracle royal. But that's something I think people should do at Tuscany. You can get 150. You should just, when you get online, you can ask them how to get the 150 now. I think it's every other day you can go back. But you have to play more. Now, they added that provision. You have to play before you get the second 50 and third 50. And Tuscany's kind of weird. Some of the things, the rules are crazy. They have like 30 times points days, but yet they have $100 cashback max. And it doesn't even say that anywhere. You have to go to the cage and find out. It's just, they try to hide things, but I would take advantage of that. Also, someone asked me a question about casino tournaments, and you don't have to be invited to these casino tournaments. You can actually scour the different websites of the different casinos, and you could see the different tournaments they have, buy-in tournaments. There's some $25, $100 tournaments to buy in, and let me just be blunt. You can Google tournament strategy online. You can Google, blackjack tournament strategy, and if you know blackjack already, there's just some different, you want to mix it up a little bit depending on who you're playing with, but basically, it was always like a single table satellite to me. It's like the first person or even the first 2 out of the 6 move on to the next level. So you just want to kind of slow play it, let people bet maximums and let people be more aggressive than you and bust out before you. Sometimes you don't have to even play. It's just you're left by yourself because they all were very aggressive in the 20 hands or 25 hands of the tournament. That's happened to me multiple times. I actually won. I came in second. That's how big this tournament was it was in it was in one of the islands anyway. Dominican Republic, Hard Rock in the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana. I came in second and I got $75,000 one time. Just really, people are so aggressive. It doesn't even matter. That was a big invited only tournament, but there's some really good strategies out there. Just Google tournament strategy, blackjack tournament strategy. I could just tell you real quick on slot strategy or video poker strategy. On a slot machine, you'd think there's no skill, right? Oh, it's a slot machine. You're just hitting the button on the tournament. Not the case. You want to get extra spins. Your whole thing about playing video poker or slot machines is to get more spins than your opponent. So let's say I have my iPhone here. I'll do it to the back of the iPhone. And let's say this is the hand. Most people just this is the button, let's say. Most people just hit the button. Well, what I'll do is I'll simultaneously hit the opposite 2 corners of the button. I see Travis getting all excited. He's ready to go out and play now. And I'll just hit him like a horse race, like this, and just as fast as possible. Ding, 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 ding. And you'll, probably get an extra spin or 2, or depending on how long it is, you might even get more out of the tournament. Just going, it's gonna be work, people. But you're gonna, instead of just going like this, where when your hand's up in the air, you may be missing an extra spin. You get more spins by doing this. So tournament pros are going to be hating me for telling you that little secret. It's a couple extra spins. It could mean something. Now, video poker also. It's you want to get done. You want to get the most hands in. So you also, when you're in a video poker tournament, you don't necessarily have to play strategy because you'll probably want to change it up to get, if you're playing on, it matters the machine, if you're playing double bonus or something crazy, or double, you want to get the pairs like the aces or something with a higher, you'll want to go for them more, or you'll want to go for the royals more, because just getting a pair and thinking it out, should I keep a pair, should I keep 4 to the flush, in that time gap that you're thinking, you're going to miss 2-3 spins. You're going to miss 2-3 hands. Just bang, 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 bang. It's like Liberace playing or Billy Joel playing the piano. I just go as fast as possible. You're going to make some mistakes. It doesn't matter. Strategy doesn't matter like it does in a regular cash video poker session. So you want to know that. Also, just Google that, because people are probably going to say, oh, no, strategy does matter. It does matter, but it doesn't matter as much, because you may want to even change the strategy up. If if someone hit a royal already, you're going to need a royal to make money. So, or else you're going to make minimal money. So that's an interesting thing. So this is interesting. What really happened here. I am blown away by this. So Forbes Advisor did a survey for the last 5 years. Las Vegas, number one expensive town in America. It's the number one expensive tourist place in America. In the last 5 years, hotel rooms have been up over 50%. Car rentals over 60%. This is no longer that value town and a $7.99 buffet. that's over. Though you will get some deals. I see on you go up and down I love reading the billboard. So I think South Point still has like $6.45 steak and eggs, $6.45 midnight till 6 a.m. There is some great specials. Some of the local casinos are really good. So, but it's no longer like it is as far as you're paying a ton. That's why I've been getting a lot of texts for rooms. I don't realize what the room rate is. It's funny. I have a buddy of mine that's coming out and wants to go to the Wynn. It's $1,100 on a Saturday night. It's real simple. Wynn keeps the riffraff out. So I don't blame them. That's like one of my most expensive, one of my favorite places. That's why it's expensive. That's why also the Venetian. You'll see some of the strip casinos area. Their room rates on the weekends are really and they're getting the money. They're getting it. So that reminds me now. So Las Vegas Advisor, no, that's Anthony Curtis. I talked about him. Las Vegas locally put up a tweet, and you can look. It's at Las Vegas Locally on Twitter. Nevada casinos won $1.32 billion from gamblers in May, a 2.45% increase from May of 2023. For fiscal year to date, they've won $14.48 billion. It's almost 5% increase from the previous year. This is already the best 12-month span in the history of legal gambling in Nevada. Wow. They're just making so much money here, and they broke records last year and the year before that. I remember during the COVID, when the COVID hit, I was walking around my courtyard in my building. It's pretty high up, and walking around and just seeing all the lights of the city out and seeing the strip closed. And I was just like, I was walking with a buddy of mine, and I was telling him, I mean, there was so much doomsday on the news. And I was just like, wow, I don't think this will. I told him, forget about poker. You won't be able to play poker for years. I mean, you're going by what these people on the news were saying, and I'm glad it's back, put it that way. But I just wish the casinos would be giving you more and not less, and not charging more. So they're charging more. They're charging for parking, charging resort fees, 6 to 5 blackjack, 000 roulette, gouging you in every single way, and yet these numbers are out of control. They're making that much money. So gamble smart, people. I will tell you that. There's a great special on about Celine Dion. It's on Amazon or Netflix. I think it's on Amazon. And it's about her struggle and what's happened with her. And hopefully she makes a comeback to Las Vegas. I really want her to come back because it's like one of the last shows I remember my mom and my aunt. I got them tickets. I flew them out to Vegas, got them tickets. And they came out with tears in their eyes. And like my Aunt Dolores, she really don't tear up that much. She's tough, Those Italians from the Bronx. But she was really like, wow, that was one of the best shows of my mother. One of the best shows I've ever seen. And then I took them a couple nights later to go see Elton Jon, and there was like I didn't realize it was gonna. I'm very old school, so I didn't want to. I didn't realize that they had like Elton Jon. He's great. He had like some blow up penises and I was like genitalia. I was like, oh God, Elton, my mother's here. I can't. But his songs were great, and we absolutely loved them. Love Elton John, and he's one of he's one of my favorites. If I have like a top 10, he might be in it. So he's got some of the greatest songs of all time. All right, went over to Las Vegas. How about credit card usage in casinos? Again, I snagged it. I didn't mean to steal it from the guy, but the guy, he left it in the machine. I seen someone get $100 from a casino, and they charged him $10 from the ATM. I just don't understand that. Like, how aren't you bringing enough money? But I'm just not one that pay. I like to get the best of everything. I'm stuttering here. Sorry. I just can't see giving 10% to get money in a casino. But yeah, I seen it again in front of me, and I was just like, wow. I have a great Oscar Goodman story. Oscar Goodman, 12-year mayor of this town, and now his wife is completing her 12 years, her third term. So I'm in a bagel place here in town, and I'm sitting with a buddy of mine from back east. We're sitting at a table, and I may have even told this story, but I don't know. The reason why I just ran into the mayor recently, so it reminded me of it. I told her the story about her husband. So her husband's at the next table. I don't realize that Oscar Goodman's at the next table until he gets up. Comes over to our table, and he says to us, "Hey, you two guys, hi, I'm Oscar Goodman." I said, "Oh, hi, Mr. Goodman, how are you?" He said, "Listen, you got to let me know if you're FBI guys." I'm like, "FBI guys?" He goes, "Yeah, they might, they try to send someone in to always tape my conversations, but I have to know ahead of time. You have to tell me legally." I was like, "No, Oscar, no FBI guys." And it's just kind of funny. I remembered it by running into Carolyn Goodman the other day. It's funny. I was telling John, listen, I'm telling him the God's honest truth. He's off air now. I actually had some piece of sponsorship for two players at the World Series so far this year. Just took a little pieces because they asked me to take them. I really don't want to, but I just said, all right, go ahead. I'll do it. It's minimal money. It was like $1,000 total. I said, fine. I'll take I had 3% on one guy and 5% on one guy, and for multiple tournaments, they both did great. They were both down to the top 30 of 3 tournaments. And one guy busted like 27th, and then the other guy went deeper. He went to like 20th. And we didn't get any money, though. I didn't lose. I got my money back. I was broke about even. Matter of fact, I think I'm stuck $50, they told me. So I actually lost $50 with a guy coming in 30th, 20th, and 20th. It's unbelievable how top-heavy these tournaments are. And the rake, it's like, these people have like visions of grandeur, and they don't realize that mostly only the casino wins on these things. I mean, it's just, and then what they charge for food, they're charging like $10 for a hot dog, $10 for soda. I mean, they're out of control, absolutely out of control. What the World Series is, and I'm not saying some of these tournaments, you just got to check the rakes. I mean, if a place is charging 20%, the casino's the only winner. I mean, it's hard to win money in the end if you keep on playing multiple of these things. But so I have a friend of mine. Okay, I'll say it. So she's a detective, and she's getting ready to retire. Good person, detective, 25 years, and she just loves coming to Vegas. She comes with her mom. She comes with her other friends, and I always, I get them in my room all the time. I try to take care of them and get them some nice stuff here when they're here, and they love Vegas so much. And like she has to put it to me sometimes. I'm tough on Vegas, as you guys know. I'm pretty tough. I try to get the best of it and talk about the best of it and try to talk about things so you guys can know what's going on here and get the best of it. And I'll throw casinos under the bus. I'm about to, actually. But she was like, Bill, Las Vegas is so different than anything else that I see in my hometown or people would see in the world. It just makes us, it's a relaxation. It's an escape from what we do. And it's an escape from ourselves and our lives, especially her life. So I'm going to say right now, I apologize if I'm too tough on Vegas. And I'm always talking about how much high crime and be careful off the strip. I mean, you could hit a golf club from some of these places off the strip, and you do not want to be walking there at nighttime. I mean, it's that simple. I could just think of like Spring Mountain. What's the other way? The other way is Twain, I think. I'm talking the east side, like right down the street from the. You better not. If you're going to the Sphere for a show, I'll tell you one thing, brother. When you walk out, you better go left and go towards the strip. You go to the right, you're looking for trouble. It's that simple. I mean, a dispensary couldn't even make it over there because they're getting the weed cheaper from the street. I mean, why are they going to go to the dispensary and pay 3 times more? So. Didn't take me long to revert right back, huh? But anyway, I went to a Grateful Dead show. I'm not really a Deadhead, but I went to a show and the visual was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I look forward to the Eagles are coming here in September. They just added 4 more shows. They had 8 shows originally. Now they're adding. It's going to be 12 shows. I'm going to definitely catch one of those. I love the Eagles. I love Glenn Fry. I was wondering what they were going to do. And Vince Gill was a big country singer is replacing him. So I love Don Henley, and I love the whole band. Joe Walsh, Jesus, God, I love him. One of the last things I'll talk about is so The Sopranos. I'm a big Soprano fan, and I love seeing The Sopranos, and I still watch them. Maybe once a year I'll watch them from beginning to end, and once every 2 years. It was a family moment every Sunday night for us. It was a family event. The music even. Woke up this morning, got myself a gun. It was just so, you get pumped up, you know. If you think about it, we were rooting for a bad guy. That's right. David Chase made him human. He went to his daughter's soccer games. He is outside barbecuing and doing things that we do. And it was just, the show had it all. Funny, exciting, maybe even, of course, dramatic, tragic, but yet poetic. And they just had their 25th reunion. You can go on YouTube and see some, just put in the Soprano 25-year reunion. I thought it was really cool. And I was really, touched by the cast members talking about Grant Gandolfini and what a good guy he was. And I've actually been with Gandolfini a couple times. I put some pictures of him and I on my Twitter in the past. And just a good person, man. What a shame. I think about my age now, and I remember when he died, and I said, "Wow, he was only 51. That sounds pretty young," because I was in early 40s. So now, 51, I'm past that now. So now I think about James Gandolfini. It's just, what a shame. You almost get like, I don't want to say atheist or agnostic, because I do believe in God, and I'm not church going like I should be, but I did grow up Catholic, went to Catholic school. But you just, Elvis, 42, Gandolfini, 51. These are good people that helped other people. And I'm bad. I'm bad because I judge people how they take care of others and how generous they are and how they tip and take care, because that's just, I could be wrong. I'm a street guy. I don't know. That's guys that go to their pocket and help people out. And I don't want to say I like doing that, because people will start DMing me again. I have people ask me for money on Twitter. But yeah, if I go out to dinner or something, I like to take care of everybody. I like to pay. I like to be the guy that pays. I went to the Italian American Club last week with a guy, Carmine Bianco. He did something that was unbelievable. He did this credit card thing with the waitress. He invited everyone. He invited 12 people, so his bill's going to be high. The bill's going to be high, but he just said, no, I got the bill, and the waitress came over, and the bill was $8.56, I think it was. And he went on Google. He said, "Hey Siri," and he did. Let me see if I can do it here. All right, hold on. Let me see. This is what he did. All right. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 100. Oh, I did it wrong, of course. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 856. And then Siri comes up with a number. Yeah, 296. So, but his number was 752. And that's what the waitress got. I thought it was so cool. She teared up. She almost started crying. So his $800 bill went up to $1,600. I just thought that was so cool. Carmine, thank you. Very classy guy. Pretty cool. I never seen anyone do that. Going back to casinos, let's end with this. I'm already mad at Caesars for limiting me to $1 or $20 betting sports. They were taking bets for years. For years, when they were William Hill, they threw anyone out with a pulse. Then when the CEO left the company, the sweat antique that ran the place, he's gone. Now they brought in someone else that takes. Especially I'm a 7-star customer too, and it doesn't even matter. I have large credit lines in some of their casinos. It doesn't matter. So they're throwing anyone out, and they're limiting everybody now, and I'm just upset about that they're limiting everybody to nothing. And I guess I can go to the counter and try, but I'm not going to be 7-star again there. I got 7-star because of sports betting. I don't really care about that, because the 7-star doesn't really do nothing for you here in Vegas. It's more of an Atlantic City thing. But yeah, not only that, like I heard someone recently went to the counter at Caesars Palace. I heard it on another podcast that I listened to. I think it's called Miles to Memories. Good podcast, by the way. The kids are good. I also listen to Anthony Curtis's podcast, Las Vegas Advisor. They're my 2 Vegas informational podcasts. They said at Caesars, someone spilled some wine on some sheets, and a little bit got on the floor, and they told them at the front desk. They said, hey, we spilled the thing there. We tried to clean it up a little bit. Just want to let you guys know. And, my host said it's going to be fine. They'll take, just want to let you know. They charged them $1,500. So I just, come on, Caesars, give it a break. You guys charge for everything, and now you're doing this, and the guy told you up front. That just goes to show you. You got to be street smart. You got to play Nicky the Dunce. You got to don't say anything. Here's who you say something to. The maid in the hall. You say it with a $20 bill. Hey, here's 20. I spilled some things here and here. You could take care of that for me, and she'll sweep it under the rug. Not literally sweep it under the rug. She'll clean it though. But I like tipping the maids anyway. I don't tip the maid when I go to the room. When I go to the hotel room, I put the do not disturb on the whole time, and I'll actually tip the maids for towels. And then when I leave, I'll leave them some money too. But I'll just throw them $5 or $10 if they give you a thing of towels for your family. But yeah, you throw the maid something that's going to clean the room, and you tell them, hey, this happened here, and so they don't charge you. Look what happened to this guy. But all right, guys, listen. John will be back in studio. We'll be back next week for a live Wise Kracks segment. And that's it for now. See you later.